Hello everybody, welcome back to our Wake Forest Deacons Dynasty in NCAA Football 14. Before we play the final 2 weeks of the 2018 season against the Syracuse Orange in the Carrier Dome and at BB&T Field against Duke, we're going to do our final recruiting update of the year. We've done 2 of these this year, and now it's time for the final one. I could wait till the bye week after these 2, but I like to get this season over with as soon as possible because right now Wake Forest needs to win out. Otherwise, they're probably not going to win the ACC Atlantic title. We'll discuss that next week or maybe after the bye week or after all that. But for right now, the recruiting update. So far, recruits. There have been some good ones. There have been some bad ones. And there's been a lot of mediocre ones. Let's go through the ones Wake Forest is currently looking at and who they've really just kicked off the wagon. So, with the first recruit, Matt O'Brien, a wide receiver out of Belvidere, South Carolina. He's a 4-star wide receiver. His primary thing is possession. He's 6'1", 209. Right now, it's more than likely he's going to commit to Wake Forest. So Wake Forest will have a 70 overall wide receiver. Below him, Mike Parks, a 70 overall tackle. Right now, he's from Elmwood Park, Illinois. He's balanced. He's a 3-star. He's 6'6", 278. Good tackle abilities. Wake Forest, he's currently 3rd. They're 1,010 points out. Missouri is number 2 at 440. And Duke is his primary guy. But right now, he's locked it down to 3 choices, and we're one of them, so we're honored. We're only going to cover 3 guys here today, and the final one is Greg Byers. Greg Byers is from Chattahoochee, not California, Chattahoochee, Florida. I don't even think that's a real place in Florida, but it has to be. It's on the game, right? Well, he's ranked the 111th guard out of everybody. Why? He's a 2-star. He's a run block. He's 6'5", 298. And since being from Florida, you'd think he'd choose some Florida teams. No. He's going ACC majority here, or SEC. SEC would make sense being in Florida. So he has Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. But he has NC State and ourselves inside the top 3. Right now, Toledo is leading his decision. Now it's time to look at stats for these guys. So, we 100% scouted on Matt O'Brien. He was a 69 overall. He's now a 70 overall +1. Spark rating, 76. We're going to look at his obvious base areas and receiving. Rushing, we don't care. He has 83 speed, 83 jump, 84 stamina, 82 excel. Agility and strength would like to improve, considering you might have to fight for the ball a couple of times with strength. Receiving, his spec catch is 60. We really don't care about that. Catching traffic could be a little better, 72. Return is fine. Release could be better. Route running could be a little better. And catching could be better. So overall, he says a 4-star. I put him right at a 4-star for where he is. For Mike Parks, we found him. He was a gem. He was 63 overall, +7 overall, 100% scouting. Spark rating of 57. His blocking, very nice. 76 pass, 78 run, 76 impact. We are excited if we can get him. His base attributes, 95 excel, that's ridiculous. 65 stamina, 60 agility, 79 strength, 59 jumping, 68 speed. It doesn't matter to me, but I like that blocking area. And finally, Greg Byers, sorry. He's not really a gem. He's not a bust. He's in the middle, but he's on the lower half of the middle. 50 spark rating, 64 overall, +3, so he was a 61. He has 69 pass blocks, 79 runs, 72 impact. I think if his if his pass blocking was mid-70s, he would be a gem just like Mike Parks is. He has 42 jumping, we don't care. 69 strength is a little concerning, 66 speed in case our quarterback wants to run out of the pocket. 65 stamina, 84 Excel. Not the greatest, but you get what you get. The bonus points. Anything Wake Forest can do to grab these guys. Let's start with Greg Byers. Conference prestige, B+. ACC, next to the SEC, the best conference. I would argue ACC is better. Proximity to home, he's from Florida. We're in North Carolina, B-. Playing time, he would more than likely be a backup. If not, someone gets hurt or someone transfers this offseason, he'd be a starter, so B-. That's really good. Weekly points and overall 260. Pipeline State, Florida is a pipeline, so that's good to know. And then same with South Carolina, Pipeline State there. The only Pipeline State bonus we do not get is with Mike Parks. Playing time, though, for Mike Parks would be an A, 70 overall tackle, very good tackle abilities, B+ conference prestige, and he's from Illinois, so he's kind of a bit out of the way from North Carolina, but he likes it. He's fine, but he's only at 230. However, pipeline status, +50. So far, Greg Byers is the highest at 260. But then we get to Matt O'Brien, obviously the number one guy left that hasn't committed to a team, or that's very close. We expect to get him, remember. B+ coach stability, B+ conference prestige, B+ proximity to home. South Carolina, North Carolina, 3-4 hour drive, depending on where he is. Pipeline State also helps, so he's at 290. So now we'll go to the top schools, and he's locked everyone out. So we have a 97% lock on him. We're going to welcome Matt O'Brien, open arms, coming maybe next week. For Mike Parks, we are on the cusp of losing him. We only went up 40 last week. You see Missouri went up 1,200 points, and they're not far off. They are not far off from Duke. I don't think we'll get Mike Parks, even though we could use him. And then Greg Byers, it's only us and Tulsa. Tulsa actually has a visit with him for week 13. And right now, he's still 50-50. Mike Parks, he made the cut. Now we have to, in the final 2-3 weeks, because of the bye weeks, actually the final 4 weeks, we have to try and get him to come to Wake Forest. Basically, all we did with visits, let's go ahead and go with Greg Byers. We have not even had a visit with him. We're probably going to have a visit with him next week. Toledo has him this week. Or actually in 2 weeks, sorry. We'll probably have him next week before we play Syracuse. Nothing really to go on about him. Mike Parks, we had them visit, and we won the game 17-10. Duke has him week 12, Missouri week 13. If Duke and Missouri both lose on their respective dates, that would be a huge advantage. We already have a 250-point advantage because we visited him early and we won. We really did what he wanted us to do. You see, game goals met 3 of 4. No competitive visits, complimentary visits, maybe some other guys from the school. 100, we got 2 of them. And then base visits score 300. Overall, we got 900 points from him. And then Matt O'Brien, the only thing we did was base visit score. That was last week against Maryland where we lost by 8. That's all we got, base score. So we only got 300, but he is still guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, but 97% lock on Wake Forest. So we're basically guaranteeing him to come to us even though we lost. So that is a very good sign. You see other teams that went after Matt O'Brien. Oregon, Arizona, UNC, Mississippi State. We had no business being there, but we beat Clemson. We lost to Maryland and FSU, which that was a fluke loss anyway. Other than that, we played perfect in the ACC. Now we have Syracuse and Duke. I expect those to be wins. Other than that, nothing really bad to say about Wake Forest. Here in the top classes. Recruiting so far, we are class number 52. We have 7 total recruits locked in. Make it another one with Matt O'Brien at 4 stars. So that makes 3 4 stars, 3 3 stars, 1 2 star, 1 1 star. Obviously, we don't have the recruits like these top 10 teams. Oregon, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Auburn, NC State, Oklahoma, Missouri, Georgia Tech, or Army. But hey, Matt O'Brien, we beat out Oregon. We beat UNC. We beat Mississippi State. We beat teams. We beat Arizona. They're 11th. We beat teams that we had no business being with. And we actually got past them. So, you can take from this what you will, but that is a victory in our books. Guys, that is the recruiting update for this week. A very quick one. 3 top prospects that we're looking at. One of them is already locked up. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your feedback. What do you think of them in the comments below? And I will see you guys later. Take care.